The UFC bantamweight division is about to explode. On August 3rd, 2024, two of the most electrifying fighters in the 135-pound weight class will collide in a bout that could reshape the entire division. Corey Sandhagen, the creative striking maestro, faces off against the undefeated Dagestani grappling phenom Umar Nurmagomedov. This isn't just a fight. It's a clash of styles, a battle of generations, and potentially a changing of the guard in one of the UFC's most competitive weight classes. So, let's break down this exciting matchup and explore what makes it such a must-watch event for MMA fans around the world. Let's rewind a bit to talk about how this fight came to be. The matchup between Sandhagen and Nurmagomedov has been in the works for quite some time, and it's a fight that fans have been eagerly anticipating. Originally, these two bantamweight contenders were slated to face off on August 5th, 2023 at UFC and ESPN Sandhagen vs. Font in Nashville, Tennessee. This booking generated a lot of buzz in the MMA community, as it represented a significant step in the competition for the rising star Nurmagomedov and a chance for Sandhagen to solidify his position in the top of the division. However, as is often the case in the unpredictable world of mixed martial arts, things didn't go according to plan. In mid-July 2023, news broke out that Umar Nurmagomedov had to withdraw from the fight due to a shoulder injury. This was a disappointing development for both fighters and fans alike, as the matchup promised to be an intriguing clash of styles and a potential title eliminator. Now let's fast forward to the present. The UFC has rebooked this exciting matchup, giving fans the fight they've been waiting for. Sandhagen vs. Nurmagomedov is now set to headline UFC on ABC7 on August 3rd, 2024 at the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. This rescheduling is significant for several reasons. First, it marks the UFC's 19th visit to Abu Dhabi and their first event in the Emirates since UFC 294 in October of 2023. The choice of venue adds an extra layer of intrigue to the fight, as it's a location that has hosted some memorable UFC events in the past. Moreover, this fight isn't just any main event. It's been officially designated as a bantamweight title eliminator. This means that the winner of this bout will likely be next in line for a shot at the UFC Bantamweight Championship. This raised stakes add even more excitement and pressure to an already highly anticipated matchup. The timing of this fight is also interesting. It comes at a point when both fighters are at pivotal moments in their careers. Sandhagen has been knocking on the door of a title shot for some time now, while Nurmagomedov is looking to make the leap from prospect to a bona fide contender. This rescheduling also allows both fighters ample time to prepare. For Nurmagomedov, it means a full recovery from his shoulder injury and an opportunity to train specifically for Sandhagen's unique style. For Sandhagen, it provides time to heal from the triceps injury he suffered in his bout with Font and to strategize for the challenge that Nurmagomedov presents. It's worth noting that it's not just the main event that's generating buzz. The card is shaping up to be a strong one, with other notable fights like a welterweight bout between Vicente Luque and Nick Diaz, and a clash between Tony Ferguson and Michael Chiesa also on the docket. All in all, the rescheduling of Sandhagen vs. Nurmagomedov has turned what was already an intriguing matchup into a potential fight of the year candidate with significant implications for the bantamweight division. Now let's take a closer look at our first fighter, Corey Sandhagen. Sandhagen's entry into professional MMA came in 2015, and he quickly made a name for himself in the regional circuit. His UFC debut came in January of 2018, where he secured a second-round TKO victory over Austin Arnett. Since then, Sandhagen has been on a remarkable journey in the UFC's bantamweight division. One of Sandhagen's most notable qualities is his striking prowess. He's also known for his fluid movement, creative striking, and ability to attack from unconventional angles. This was perfectly exemplified in his knockout victory over Frankie Edgar in February 2021, where he landed a spectacular flying knee just 28 seconds into the first round. However, Sandhagen is far from a one-dimensional fighter. In recent bouts, he's showcased significant improvements in his wrestling and ground game. His fight against Rob Font in August of 2023 was particularly telling, as Sandhagen relied heavily on his wrestling to secure a unanimous decision victory, demonstrating his evolution as a well-rounded mixed martial artist. Currently holding the number 2 spot in the UFC bantamweight rankings, Sandhagen's recent performances have been impressive. He's on a 3-fight winning streak with victories over Song Yadong, Marlon Vera, and Rob Font. These wins have come after a closely contested split decision loss to TJ Dillashaw in July of 2021 and a unanimous decision loss to Peter Yan in a fight for the interim bantamweight title in October of 2021. It's worth noting that Sandhagen's fight IQ and adaptability are among his greatest assets. He's shown the ability to adjust his game plan mid-fight and has proven he can go the full 5 rounds when necessary. His background in psychology seems to serve him well in the mental aspects of the fight game. As Sandhagen prepares for his bout with Nurmagomedov, he brings a wealth of high-level experience, a diverse skill set, and the hunger of a fighter who has come close to UFC gold but hasn't quite grasped it yet. This fight represents another opportunity for Sandhagen to prove he deserves a shot at the bantamweight title. Switching gears, let's delve into the background of Umar Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov's amateur career was highly successful. At just 19 years old, he became a combat sambo world champion, winning the 62 kg division of the WCSF World Championships. The following year, he claimed victory in the bantamweight division in amateur mixed martial arts at the WMMAA World Championship. Turning professional in 2016, Nurmagomedov quickly amassed an impressive record. He competed in various promotions including Fight Nights Global, Eagle Fighting Championship, formerly the Guerrilla Fighting Championship, and the Professional Fighters League, PFL, before making his way to the UFC. Nurmagomedov's UFC debut came in January of 2021, where he submitted Sergey Morozov in the second round, earning him a Performance of the Night bonus. What sets Nurmagomedov apart is his well-rounded skill set. While he comes from a strong grappling background as evidenced by his combat sambo credentials, he's also shown proficiency in striking. His ability to seamlessly blend these aspects of MMA make him a formidable opponent for anyone in the bantamweight division. Nurmagomedov's most recent fight was against Behzad Almakhan in March of 2024. Despite facing some early adversity, being clipped in the first round, Nurmagomedov showcased his resilience and dominance on the ground, securing a unanimous decision victory. Currently ranked number 10 in the UFC bantamweight division, this fight against Sandhagen represents Nurmagomedov's biggest test to date. It's an opportunity for him to prove that he belongs among the elite of the division and potentially set himself up for a title shot. As he prepares for this fight, Nurmagomedov brings an undefeated record of 17-0, with 7 of those wins coming by submission. Fight analysis and expectations. As we look ahead to this bantamweight clash, one of the most intriguing aspects is the contrast in fighting styles between Sandhagen and Nurmagomedov. This matchup truly embodies the classic striker versus grappler narrative, albeit with some important nuances. What makes Sandhagen particularly dangerous is his ability to maintain his striking output over 5 rounds. He has excellent cardio and knows how to pace himself, often increasing his volume as the fight progresses. This can be demoralizing for opponents who might find themselves unable to keep up with Sandhagen's pace and variety of attacks. On the other hand, we have Umar Nurmagomedov, who comes from the sambo wrestling background that has become synonymous with fighters from Dagestan. Nurmagomedov's grappling is his bread and butter, and he excels at taking his opponents down and controlling them on the ground. His submission game is particularly dangerous, with 7 of his 17 wins coming by way of submission. But like Sandhagen, Nurmagomedov is not one-dimensional. He's shown steady improvements in his striking game throughout the UFC career. While he may not have the flashy techniques that Sandhagen possesses, Nurmagomedov's striking is technical and efficient. He uses it effectively to set up his takedowns and to keep opponents guessing. Given these contrasting styles, the strategy for each fighter become crucial. Sandhagen, the key will likely be to keep the fight standing and at range. He'll want to use his footwork and striking variety to keep Nurmagomedov guessing and off balance. If he can avoid the takedowns and piece Nurmagomedov up to the feet, he could potentially score a TKO or a dominant decision victory. However, Sandhagen will need to be cautious. Overcommitting to strikes could leave him vulnerable to Nurmagomedov's takedowns. He may need to be more conservative on his striking approach, focusing on quick in and out movements rather than extended combinations. For Nurmagomedov, the game plan seems pretty straightforward. Get the fight to the ground. However, executing this against a striker of Sandhagen's caliber is easier said than done. Nurmagomedov will likely look to pressure Sandhagen against the cage, where he can work for takedowns or wear Sandhagen down in the clinch. If Nurmagomedov can get the fight to the ground, he'll want to maintain top control and look for submissions. Even if he can't finish Sandhagen, controlling him on the ground for a significant portion of the fight would sway the judges in his favor. Predicting the outcome of this fight is challenging due to the high skill level of both fighters. Sandhagen can keep the fight standing, his diverse striking and high output could lead him to a decision victory or even a late TKO. On the other hand, if Nurmagomedov can implement his grappling game effectively, he could potentially secure a submission win or a ground and pound TKO. UFC rankings and career trajectories. Another thing to note is that as of April of 2024, Sandhagen holds the number 2 spot on the UFC bantamweight rankings while Nurmagomedov sits at number 10. This significant gap in rankings adds an intriguing dynamic to the fight. Sandhagen, this bout represents an opportunity to defend his high rank and prove that he deserves another shot at the title. For Nurmagomedov, it's a chance to make a significant leap up the rankings and establish himself as a serious contender in the division. But what could this mean for their futures in the UFC? For Corey Sandhagen, this fight represents another step in his quest for UFC gold. He's been on the cusp of a title shot for some time now, with his only recent losses coming against former champions TJ Dillashaw and Peter Yan. A win over an undefeated prospect like Nurmagomedov would be a strong statement, potentially cementing his position as the next challenger for the bantamweight title. However, the stakes are high for Sandhagen. A loss for a lower-ranked opponent could set him back significantly in the title picture. At 34 years old, Sandhagen is in the prime of his career, and he'll be keen to capitalize on this opportunity to secure another title shot. For Umar Nurmagomedov, this fight represents the biggest opportunity of his career so far. At 28 years old and with an undefeated record, Nurmagomedov is seen by many as the future of the bantamweight division. A win over a highly ranked opponent like Sandhagen would catapult him into title contention and validate the hype surrounding him. Nurmagomedov's career trajectory has been nothing short of meteoric. Since joining the UFC in 2021, he's racked up 5 consecutive wins, with 3 of those coming by way of finish. This fight against Sandhagen represents a significant step up in competition and a chance to prove he belongs among the elite of the division. However, Nurmagomedov also faces considerable pressure. The Nurmagomedov name carries high expectations in the world of MMA, and Umar will be keen to live up to his family's fighting legacy. A loss wouldn't necessarily derail his career, given his youth and potential, but it would be a significant setback in his quest for UFC gold. In terms of the bantamweight division as a whole, this fight could have far-reaching implications. The winner will likely be in prime position for a title shot, potentially facing the winner of the upcoming bantamweight championship bout. Moreover, this fight could signal a changing of the guard in the division, especially if Nurmagomedov emerges victorious. As fight night approaches, the anticipation will only continue to build. Whether you're a longtime MMA fan or new to the sport, this is a fight that you won't want to miss. It has all the ingredients for an instant classic, high-level skills, compelling narratives, and significant implications for the future of the division. We hope this breakdown has gotten you as excited for this fight as we are. Who do you think will come out on top? Will it be Sandhagen's striking or Nurmagomedov's grappling that proves decisive? Let us know in the comments below.